Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode of the Road to Rank 1, and today we have some novel new things in here. As I have a new build order, I recently changed my hotkeys, I changed my keyboard as well, so you know, it's been a struggle the past week. I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting used to my hotkeys, been getting used to the keyboard, but I feel like I'm solid. I've been studying. I got an email from one of my viewers, a guy that I'm not sure what his MMR is. He said he hasn't played in 10 years or so, so probably somewhere in gold. Oh, hold that thought. That's, we're just gonna be hanging out over here apparently. And this person told me, he said, hey, what about that 70 Nexus, huh? What about that good old 70 Nexus? This person, I forgot his name here for a second, he individually, or at least so he claims, did some research on build orders. He wanted to find a build order. He was wondering why everyone was playing 20 Nexus. It's like, hey, what about that 70 Nexus? And he sent me a replay of him doing it, and I looked at it and I thought to myself, why am I actually not playing that 70 Nexus? It feels so good, it looks so good, and specifically against Terran. And luckily for us, we're starting off against Terran, so I'm bringing it back. A little bit different than we've seen it before. Initially when it came out of Parting, because that's the guy who really made this build a couple of years back. I made a video on it back then as well. And I thought it was a great build back then. Economically very strong, yet quick warp gate units due to a fast cybernetic score. So I thought the build was great. But then whenever I would play it, I felt pretty all in with that 3-gate setup. And on top of that, if I didn't go for the 3-gate setup, it felt like I just lost a lot. But this guy ran the numbers, and we've been looking at it, and I've been testing it again. And honestly, my win rate against Terran with this build has just been a little bit better once more. It feels safer against Proxy Rex as well, so I'm overall a fan of it. I'm gonna keep playing it till I find something that just instantly kills it. I feel like there is something there, but I don't know what it is. Right now we're playing against AC, a Terran player. Or well, this is actually Iba, I think it is, playing on a different account name. Iba is probably the youngest grandmaster that has ever touched this game. Now playing a bit of Terran, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I didn't scout because I saw my opponent went for an eBay block. eBay block often is accompanied with a relatively fast factory. So Marine into factory, as we're not seeing a Reaper. I'm gonna just be building a quick battery here as well, because I'm afraid of something like a double Cyclone Rush. That is a serious possibility. We're going to chrono boost this a little bit. I don't think a Reaper's going to show up. I think if a Reaper's going to show up, it's going to come from the side anyway. So just going to pull these bad boys down. Felt like I indeed built another Stalker. That was good. And I think my position here is good, because he sent out a fast scout, didn't manage to block anything. And yeah, that just feels nice for me. That actually does feel nice. Let's get a quick scout out, see what he's doing. I'd be very surprised if this is anything but a Cyclone build. I'd actually be kind of shocked, to be honest. I really would be kind of shocked. Gonna get a Robo and 2 more gases. Another thing that I've been kind of practicing, you know, off the grid is the... I feel like this climber is too quick. One thing that I've been practicing off the grid is the storm builds. Storm builds. I feel like I was seriously lacking when it came to storm builds. I didn't quite understand them. I didn't have a lot of success with them. Then I started playing them and I started winning a whole lot, which is generally a good thing. If you've never played something before, and just as you start playing it, you're already doing fine. Okay, let's see if we can split this a little bit. Yeah, I think I can. I lost like 2 workers. This was phenomenal. 1, 2. Yeah, I legit lost. I think I lost 1. No. Yeah, I think I lost 1 worker or 2. One of the 2. I didn't entirely do the proper counting there. So, you know, I'm almost tempted here to go for like a DT drop as a follow-up. I won't, but I'm almost tempted to do it. Almost. That's an important word that does a lot of work in that sentence. I'm gonna go for it. Throw down this Nexus. This feels really late, and economically, the beauty of storm builds, fast storm builds, which is what this is that you don't need a lot of eco, because the Templar kind of function as eco. They are going to be exchanging energy for money. That is the plan. So you can have a little bit of a lower amount of workers, because you're going to be taking out their units for free. It's important that that happens. You can't just say, oh, I have Templar, now it's good. No, you do need to trade that energy for money, but that's why you can have worse eco when you play a build like this. What is this? He has a high ground bunker. Ah, he truly believed that I was doing something nasty. Like maybe a 3-gate blink or a 4-gate blink. Doing nothing of the sort, though. So we can even go for a little bit of a worker cut here. I think it's actually good to go for a little bit of a worker cut. And this works out so beautifully, because you're building, right? You're building a lot of expensive mineral units, or mineral buildings, like a lot of gateways. You know, you're going kind of hard on that. Do I have 8? Yeah, I have 8 gateways. That's correct. And then the unit that synergizes so well with it is a unit that just costs gas in the Templar. So it actually feels good. And although you're not getting a lot of mineral eco, you actually are getting pretty good gas eco, much better than with most other builds. So that's also something to keep in mind. People often, when they talk about eco, all they really talk about are minerals, which makes sense, because minerals create more eco. But gas, they create good units. That's the purpose of that research. Did he find me? Fairly impressive, not gonna lie. Okay, now there's 2 ways you can go about things, and I'm gonna go about it this way. I'm gonna play a double forge, 6 gas, into eventually a robo bay. So relatively long time here. We're gonna stick. Oh, I really need a battery, by the way. I don't quite like this. I don't quite like this, actually. I don't like the way I executed this. I don't at all like the way I executed this. Still think it's gonna be fine, though. Oh, is he just pushing me without medevacs, or what is this? I think he's pushing me without medevacs, to be honest. Which is hilarious to me. So, my plan here is very simple. I'm gonna get good upgrades. I'm gonna kill all of his workers here right now. Huge storm drops, of course. Nice response time. That's a joke. I didn't think that was a nice response time at all, guys. That was sarcasm. I actually thought it was a bad response time. That's why I mentioned it. Okay, so I'm just kind of forcing him back. Here comes the flank. And we're gonna bust him open right now. And he still doesn't really have anything to deal with my crap. He's gonna probably try and turn around. We still kept everything alive. I wish I had a faster robo bay and a second robotics facility. So really not very high eco, you see? But my opponent also doesn't have very good eco, because I just killed a bunch of his workers. I don't actually know how many of his workers we killed. So now I feel solid. This is a late fort base, but I think we're fine. We had a good fight. We cleared some units on the other side, and that's what you can do. You can hold at home while simultaneously also dealing damage on the other side, because you just have so much gas, and gas units, they fight freaking well against Terran. My opponent here went relatively high on the Marauders and still, well, pretty much just straight up died, no? So honestly, as good as it's gonna get. We're instantly teching as well. Just gonna get one of these dudes, a little cannon in there. And another thing that I could do, by the way, which is, I think, underrated, is just spam. Actually, let's do that. Let's actually just do that. Is spam Immortals, have that prism, give it speed, and then just have a bunch of Templar running around on the ground as well. So we have speed prisms, Immortals for a lot of damage output. And then my opponent most likely is going to be building some Ghost. I think that is the first unit that you do end up getting usually. And this is a sick way to bust the opponent as well. You can maybe go for like a 2-2 timing if that's possible. I think I spend a little bit too much gas here. Oh, really? We're going to go like that? Flew right through my vision as well, which is kind of wild. Oh, there you go, bud. Oh, oh, that's not the end of the world. Oh, he actually went continued flying. I didn't even see him. What is this guy up to, huh? Losing is what he's up to, it seems like to me. I'm just gonna get one more cannon up here. Oh, it's an actual marine drop? What the heck? Oh, that's not gonna work for him. Hoppa. No, just a move. What's our overall immortal count? We're at 5. We're just gonna move over here, move over here, move over here. We have a lot of Templar on the ground. Actually want some more high energy Templar in this prism. Yeah, this will work out just fine. And this is what I saw Trigger do when he was playing late games. He often started with this exact composition, and I kind of did like it, to be honest. Thought it looked good. I really did think it looked good. Yeah. So there is an armory already, so we can send this this dude over, which is going to be great for me. Yeah. Well, that wasn't quite great. That was actually a lot of things. Definitely not great. Just going to split some of these Templar up, see if we can storm at least a tiny tad. Oh. Jeez, good lord. Taking a lot of damage from things we shouldn't be taking that much damage from, that's for sure. Oh, he's also taking a lot of damage though. I think we're just going to be fine. Yeah, that's another big storm hit. GG! We got our first win. This opponent's going to be what, like 5.4k MMR. Not the highest. Still going to get some points, but this is not what I live for, you know. Oh, 18 points actually. I think just getting probably one of the first games this dude's playing with Terran. Didn't feel very solid. We'll straight head into our next game. Alrighty, second game is also going to be against AC. Gonna get some nice MMR for this once more. I can feel it. I accidentally built my pylon over here, and I also accidentally chrono boosted. But we're still gonna try to play maybe an 18 Nexus. No gas first, and we'll follow it up with a 3-gate blink. I think that's going to be the appropriate play here. I actually think that's the appropriate play. Let's see what he's up to. Is he trying to block me? Doesn't seem to be the case. I'm not scouting, which I don't super like here. I actually think it's kind of a big mistake. It's a pretty dumb mistake as well. I really need information in order to respond to what my opponent is doing. But it's probably too late to gather any serious amount of info at this point. Don't think there's a whole lot of info that I can still gather. I'm gonna throw it on this commands or this cybernetics score. Whoop, 124. It's not a bad timing for a CC. And then get the gas as well as the low ground pylon. And then we should be somewhat okay. So the funny thing with this build order, right, is that your first gateway unit comes out at the same time as it were to with basically a core first, which is considered the safest build. But you just have a faster nexus with it. You have more chrono boost energy. You're mining more because you're not as oversaturated. The only real problem is that you're lacking gas, which there's no real solution to that problem. If you could just, you know, somehow, some way get some extra gas, this build would actually be perfect. But even without it, like your warp gate is just going to be delayed a little bit. It's not the end of the world. We can do two things. We can either play Stargate, which I might, or we could not play Stargate. So we play Blink again. I think we might actually just play Stargate. I like the thought of that. I want to see what he's up to. Oh. Did I start A-moving yet? No, didn't really do that properly. I'll lose that thing. Is he gonna try to scout as to what I'm doing, or what's the play here? Yeah, okay, so this is dead. That's absolutely dead. Ooh, that's a beautiful little block. That's a beautiful little block there, buddy. So we get this kill. I think we can actually just move across the map right now. We're gonna be playing Phoenix Colossus for a little bit. It's solid eco, as all things should have. I could take a third gate, or a second gate, but I don't really want to yet. I could already build a robotics facility, I think, because I killed his Reaper. So we don't really need a third unit. Unless he runs by with a Hellion, then I wish I had a third unit. But how about we don't allow him to do that, alright? Just gonna send these two in. Speaking of over here, I could have actually gone in. That sucked. That was a mistake. There's also a possibility my opponent opens up with a with one of those, the Cyclone, indeed. So one thing I do want is a backup pylon here. I also think I want a battery. I think having a battery is just safe. It doesn't cost a whole lot. I think it's just a good play all around. I actually believe it to be a good play all around. I could get a battery up here, or I could get... Actually, I'll just get an Immortal blindly. Am I building a new... I'm not building a new pylon yet, so I'm gonna get supply blocked. Okay, there goes the dream of the Immortal out quick. It's a dream that was very short-lived. This supply block actually really sucks. All I'm doing right now is paying attention to the mini-map. I don't think there's going to be a mine drop because I saw a Cyclone first. So I'm expecting either like a Cyclone push or something else a little bit stupid. Just maybe like a Cyclone drop. It would be kind of risky to execute that against someone that opened Stargate. So that's a 3 racks. Oh, this is technically the blind / hard counter to Phoenix openers. Like not the super... I think it's the... Yeah, I think it's the blind counter to Phoenix openers. This is really considered quite good. It's difficult to hold often. But it's not impossible to hold. I just need to play very well as the defensive player. I'm just going to add another gateway here as well. And there's two things I can do. I can either try to go for the Colossus, which I think often is the better play, but the Disruptor is a play that can be better. If I get a Disruptor here, then if I hit a shot, I force a stim at least, and I potentially could get a big hit, right? That's just a fact. So he's going to attack me soon. Yeah, it's a little bit risky, I think. It could have been close with the Cyclone. I didn't pay proper attention. I did not pay proper attention. Oh, I want to get a second battery, by the way. It's going to build it over here. And have some backup for that first battery as well when it comes to pylons. Probably should have started my my thermal lens a bit quicker as well. The range is often just super important. So here he goes. Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend to take that base. I'm not sure why I would. So here he comes. So we're just going to start moving out on the map right now. And one more battery as well. Pick up reinforcements. That's really all I need to do. Oh, nice control there, buddy. That was once again a joke, sarcastic. It wasn't good control at all here. Actually, it was the opposite of good control. I thought the control once again was quite poor. Okay, I send in my super battery. Maybe I can just pick up some units. Okay, here we see why it can be quite tricky to deal with this type of stuff. And here I'm really glad that I got all my backup going in time. Yeah, I think I just win the game anyway, though. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Even without that battery, I would have easily won. So I'm just going to clear this. I'm not going to lose a single Colossus. I don't think I lost a single Phoenix either. GG. Yeah, this was really no problem. I was floating quite a bit of cash as well. They were going to get another 10, 12, 15 points. I'll wait a little bit. Don't want to play the same dude 3 times in a row. That's kind of lame. But 16 points or 16 points. We're still rank 14. With Strange, honestly, not in our sights quite yet, but maybe soon. Alrighty, we got the same player once more. I actually waited quite a while, but apparently Blizzard only wants me to match up against AC. And I'm okay with it. You know, this is some nice MMR here on the side. Don't want to lose it now by getting cocky. This was a full wall. That is an interesting build, okay? Full wall Marine first opener. I'm not sure if my recording caught that. Maybe I clicked the record button too late. Don't think I did, though. So we're just gonna have to start a blind one of these. And I think you're actually forced into scouting across the map. I don't think there's any alternate solution of dealing with this rather than just straight up scouting across the map. So I'm gonna be chronoing my Stalker as well. So there's a couple of things that could be happening. This could be Proxy Marauder. In that case, the Stalker is great. This could be a mass marine opener. In that case, the Stalker is great. And it could also just be a fake full wall. 4 marines out at this time is very odd indeed. They're just producing marines from a single barracks, which is nonsensical and doesn't exist as a build. So we're expecting some shenanigans here, that's for sure. We're expecting... Okay, there come the boys. Here come the boys. Here come the boys, and I say... So we're just gonna run it around for a little bit. And one thing I definitely want to do is see if I can get one of these up. I have a battery in the natural, of course. So I can take quite a bit of damage. I mean, if he's pulling all the boys here, like seriously pulling all the boys, I almost feel like I can just fight at this battery, can't I? I mean, this is working out relatively well. I have the backup though. So if this doesn't work out, look what I'm about to do. Oh, I don't actually have a recall available, which would suck. What's my recall time left there? I don't actually know. Yeah, that's a nice round, but he's losing a lot of time, you know what I'm saying? Losing a lot of time here. So I think this is great, but I think in reality this is quite bad. Then all you really want to do is just target bad boys. This honestly didn't go so well. Not as well as I would have hoped. We have another sentry available now. This went honestly as poor as it probably could have gone. As poor as it could have gone, but it doesn't really matter because I just have so many workers right now. I still have a natural. I haven't even been producing workers from that natural in quite a while. This is free win. GG, GG. Yeah, the terrible execution of the build. I bet there was barracks on the map. Yeah, 1 barracks at home. This is an okay build, but it needs to hit way faster. It needs to hit harder, and it can't be this freaking obvious. Absolutely no way in hell. Let's see what we got for this. I think another 14, 15 points. Strange, I'm coming for you. Rank 13. And I said it last week. I think next week, I'm going to be 6-5 again. We're going to be... Okay, look at this. Look at this. Okay? Next week, when we start the episode, I'm going to be rank 10. Okay? And then during the episode, we go down to rank 12. That's the plan for next week. Mark my words, mark my words. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget, I stream basically every single day. So if you enjoy the videos, check out my stream sometime. It's at noon Central European time. On Monday, which is the day I upload this video, I'm also streaming the EPT Cup. So if this video just came online and you're one of the, within the first hour, I'm probably streaming right at this moment. You can check me out. And if you're not interested, that's fine. Videos every day, as usual. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye.